The hallway echoed with laughter, but not the good kind. The kind that burns. That tears into your soul. That makes you wish you could disappear. Nurse Emily lay on the cold, tiled floor of Lincoln High School's infirmary corridor, her hair disheveled, her glasses cracked beside her, and her white uniform stained with a splash of someone else's lunch. 3 teenage boys stood over her, smirking like they'd just won a game. A broken chair leg skidded to the side, a casualty of the chaos. But what they didn't know, what they could never understand, was that Emily had been knocked down far too many times in life. And every time, she got up stronger. This time would be no different. Chapter 1: The Quiet Nurse. Emily wasn't the kind of nurse who demanded attention. She was soft-spoken, always wore her name tag straight, and kept a smile on her face even when her day was anything but easy. She had transferred to Lincoln High's infirmary just 6 months ago, leaving behind the trauma ward at Mercy General, a place that had broken her in more ways than one. Her husband, James, had died 2 years earlier from cancer. A slow, painful death that left Emily clinging to scraps of hope and faith. When he passed, she left the hospital setting behind. It was too much. Too many memories. Too many ghosts. She thought a school would be easier. She was wrong. Chapter 2: The Bullies. Jake, Mason, and Theo, 3 names that sent shivers through the halls. They weren't just students, they were terrors. Popular. Arrogant. Entitled. Sons of wealthy, untouchable parents. They picked on the weak. On the silent. On anyone who didn't fight back. That included the new kid, Sam, quiet, scrawny, and brilliant. He had transferred in mid-semester, wore second-hand clothes, and kept a tattered book always clutched to his chest like a shield. Emily noticed the bruises. The missed classes. The limps he tried to hide. And one day, she called him into the infirmary during lunch and asked gently, "Is someone hurting you?" Sam didn't speak. But his eyes did. Emily made the mistake of reporting it. Chapter 3: The Attack. It happened on a rainy Thursday. The power flickered in the school, the hallways dim and the cafeteria noisy with storm energy. Emily was heading back to the infirmary when she heard a scuffle near the lockers. Then a yelp. She turned the corner to find Sam on the floor, blood trickling from his nose. Jake stood over him, laughing. Theo held Sam's arms, and Mason kicked away his book. "Hey!" Emily shouted, rushing forward. "Let him go right now." Jake turned. "Look who's here, the snitch in scrubs." "Leave him alone," she said again, moving between them and the boy. And just like that, Mason shoved her. Hard. She fell back against a wooden chair near the nurse's station, the arm splintering as she crashed to the ground. Pain shot up her back. Her vision blurred. The boys laughed again. But Emily didn't cry. She didn't beg. She reached beside her and picked up the broken chair leg. Chapter 4: She got up. The pain was sharp, but the fire in her chest was stronger. She rose slowly, gripping the jagged wood in her hand. Her eyes locked with Jake's. "This ends today," she said in a voice that sent chills down the boys' spines. "You gonna hit me, lady?" Jake mocked. Emily stepped forward, brandishing the chair leg like a sword. "Touch that boy again," she growled, "and I swear, I don't care what your daddy threatens me with. I will make sure the world sees what you are." Mason hesitated. Theo stepped back. Jake narrowed his eyes, but something shifted. For once, they weren't the ones in control. "You're crazy," Jake muttered and turned away. "Let's go." They vanished down the corridor. Sam, still on the floor, stared up at Emily in awe. She knelt, breathless. "You're safe now." And she meant it. Chapter 5: Consequences. The aftermath was messy. The school board tried to sweep it under the rug. Emily was told she had overstepped, that a confrontation like that could have escalated. But what they didn't anticipate was the students. One by one, testimonies came in. Other kids stepped up. Videos surfaced. The boys couldn't hide anymore. And when Sam stood up in front of the school assembly, his voice trembling but determined, and said, "She's the only one who protected me," everything changed. Emily wasn't suspended. The bullies were. The community rallied around her. Parents thanked her. Teachers finally dared to speak up about what had been going on for years. Sam started smiling more. Emily stayed. Chapter 6: Her Past, Her Power. In her quiet apartment one night, Emily pulled out an old photo of James. "You'd laugh if you saw me wielding that chair leg," she whispered through a smile. She had been broken so many times. Lost so much. But in that hallway, standing between evil and innocence, she had found herself again. She hadn't just saved Sam. She had saved herself. Ending message to the viewers. There's a kind of strength that comes not from muscle but from compassion. From standing up when no one else will. From refusing to let fear win. Emily's story is a reminder that heroes don't always wear capes. Sometimes they wear scrubs. And sometimes they rise from the floor, gripping a broken chair leg more powerful than they've ever been. Megaphone call to action. Backhand index pointing right if this story touched your heart, comment below. Strength comes in many forms, and share your thoughts or experiences of someone who stood up against injustice. Speech balloon, we'd love to hear your stories. Bell subscribe to Be Kind always for more powerful, emotional, and inspiring stories like this one. Your support helps us reach more hearts around the world. Loudspeaker, be brave. Be bold. Be kind always.